Good morning, everyone. I'm Uma Maheshwari, Assistant Professor, Department of Electronics and Communication Engineering. In this video lecture series, I'm going to explain about the radio transmitter and the receiver and its types. In this particular PPT, I'm going to explain about the AM transmitter. AM transmitter, it is nothing but in order to transmit the message signal to a receiver that is far away from the sender, the message signal goes through various steps such that the signal is sent successfully to the receiver. These steps form the different blocks of the transmitter which helps to achieve wireless transmission of the signal. The message signal cannot be directly fed through an antenna since its frequency is quite low and it would require a huge antenna. Hence, it is modulated with a high frequency wave called a carrier, in which the amplitude of the message signal determines the amplitude of the carrier wave. Then it reduces the length of the antenna and provides good immunity to electromagnetic interference. Amplification is also necessary since the modulated signal gets attenuated due to reflection, scattering, etc. Then there are two types of AM transmitter based on the output power at which the modulated signal is transmitted. The range of communication also depends on the power of the transmitted wave, and if it is not adequate, then the entire wave will get attenuated according to the transmission. Then for a long range communication, the transmitted power is in kilowatt, and for this purpose a high level transmitter is used. For short range communication, the power which is going to be transmitted will be less, so here the low power transmission is used to transmit the signals. The main difference between this high level and the low level transmitter is that the message signal and the carrier wave are amplified before passing it to the modulator block and amplified again in the high level modulator, whereas in the low level transmitter, message signal and the carrier signal wave are only amplified after the modulation process. This is nothing but a high level transmitter. A block diagram. The first block is carrier oscillator, then buffer amplifier, frequency multiplier, carrier amplifier, and it is given to the modulator. From the modulator, it is given to the power amplifier, where the modulator mainly uses where the modulator needs two signals, that is one is a carrier signal, another one is a message signal. In the block diagram, at the upper part gives the message signal, whereas in the lower part, upper part gives the carrier signal, lower part gives the message signal, where carrier oscillator generates the frequency frequency will be generated there. That frequency is being amplified using a buffer amplifier, then it is being multiplied with the frequency multiplier, and finally it is given to the carrier amplifier in order to boost up the signal, and it is given to the modulator. Whereas from the microphone our voice is being taken and it is being given to the processor in order to process certain data, and it is being given to the audio amplifier, where in audio amplifier it amplifies the signal and is being given to the modulator. Finally, the power amplifier is used here in order to take the power, that is only the less amount of power is being taken from these other blocks, but power amplifier is used in order to boost the power of the particular signal, and it is being given to the antenna. This is nothing but a high level transmitter. uh, each block is explained here in detail, where microphone is a transducer which converts the sound waves into the electrical waves. Then the processor is mainly used to filter out noise using filter and increase the amplitude of the wanted signal using the amplifier. Then the amplifier amplifies the electrical signal received from the microphone to an intermediate level, where audio amplifier is present here and provides additional amplification to the message signal. This amplified signal is given as one of the input to the modulator block, where carrier oscillator, it is mainly used to provide the frequency, that is here the frequency is less than the required frequency for modulation process, because such circuits cannot provide stable oscillation at such high frequencies. Then buffer amplifier. This buffer amplifier is having a unity gain amplifier. Frequency multiplier normally increases in this stage. Modulator normally multiplies both the signal. Power amplifier, here the block takes its input from the modulator block and amplifies. Then the low level transmitter, exactly same as that of the high level transmitter, where here audio amplifier is not used because it is only a low level transmitter. So here we are not using the audio transmitter. Other than that, the process exactly remains the same as that of the high level transmitter. The main advantages are it is cost effective to develop the transmitter and receiver, allows omnidirectional transmission of signal. Then the main disadvantages is low signal to noise ratio, as information stored on the amplitude of the carrier. Then it does not provide any encryption process. It requires huge antenna to transmit and receive the signals. The main applications are it is used in AM radio, air traffic control stations, and AM transmitters are used in non-directional beacons.